Hi, this is Christy Metropolis. Welcome back to our online book study of Dr. Richard's book, Moving Your Invisible Boundaries. On page 39, Dr. Richard says, "The journey of the heart is the beginning of a lifetime of transforming into who you are destined to be, the real you in Him. It's the process that fulfills in us the ultimate purpose of Jesus coming to earth, that we would know God and experience every aspect of His divine life. There is no end to this in scope, duration, or quality. You are created to walk the pathway of life." You know, sometimes we think that just a mere existence on this earth means that we're living. But really what Jesus came to give us is an abundant life. A life that is the God kind of quality of life that He wants us to enjoy. So what I want you to ask yourself today is this question: am I willing to dedicate the rest of my life to the transformation process? You know, you may think that you've made a commitment to a 30-week book study and that when you're done with this, you're done with heart work. Well, let me just tell you something. You will be doing heart work for the rest of your life. And you will get to the place where you will enjoy it, because connecting with God in your heart and realizing that He wants you to live this abundant life, not just a few days out of the year, not just a couple of days of your lifetime, but every day of your life, to experience His goodness, His love, His generosity, His blessings. That's what He's always wanted for you. So just decide, just make that decision. I am committing to this lifelong process of transformation. Now, when we do that, when we make this decision, we go from a place of struggling into a place of victory. Because every time your heart connects with God and you get a better understanding of who you are in Christ, you can begin to experience the abundant life. So even though at times the process may seem painful, because you're going to have to deal with some issues of your own heart, just know that on the other side of that pain of admitting that you were wrong about something, or that you had a wrong opinion about yourself or about God, that on the other side of that, you're going to be walking into the abundant life. Now, going on to page 40, Dr. Richard says, "In the simplest experiential terms, sin is a diminished quality of life. It is the beliefs, the feelings, or behavior that causes us to experience life to a lesser degree than it could be. Destructive behavior is the product of a heart seeking to create a quality of life that perfectly reflects its sense of self. Thus, Jesus explained, all sin, that is, all destructive behavior, emerges from the heart." So this is what we have to understand. Sin is destructive. It always has been, and it always will be. And sin is not just the bad things that we say or do. Sin is a heart issue. And it's when we are not living the abundant life. It's when we are experiencing life less than what God intended for it to be. Okay, let me put it this way. God designed for us to live out of our heart, but He wants our heart always being influenced, not by our five physical senses, not reaching out trying to gain information from this world to decide what's going to make me feel good today, but that we will reflect upon our union with Christ and get our heart in a place where we're always leaning into the Spirit, we're leaning into Jesus, and we're saying, what does He want me to experience right now in His relationship with me that's going to cause me to be an overcomer? Because if sin is destructive behavior that comes from destructive thoughts or thinking things that are incongruent with our new creation reality, then the way to get the victory over to the sin is to always be leaning into Jesus and to be thinking His thoughts and to be leaning into the behavior that He wants to give us in any given situation. So remember, we're not just trying to stop doing bad things. We want to connect with the life of Christ that's on the inside of us that actually gives us the victory over sin. So here's what I want you to ask yourself today. I want you to say, can I admit that there are times I experience life to a lesser degree than it could be, and that this behavior is coming from my heart? You know, we can't just say, well, the devil made me do it. because there again, we're trying to place blame on some other source other than our heart that's causing us to do the things that we're doing. So if we recognize and you realize that there is wrong thoughts that are leading to wrong behavior in your life, then you can say, all right, then I need to change what I think. And if I've been thinking something that has led me to wrong behavior, then it's obvious that I'm not in harmony with who God says I am. So that's our goal for today. We want to get ourselves to the place where we're saying, I want to go through this heart transformation. I don't want to lean into the flesh. I want to lean into the Spirit, and I want God to lead me and guide me and direct me. So until next time, this is Christy Metropolis reminding you that you can move your invisible boundaries.